It was spring, but the night breeze was cold. Fenric held the horse's bridle with one hand, and with the other he took off his coat. He threw it on Presepe's shoulders. I remembered, even back then in the summer palace, I wore the duke's coat. You were then too, as cute as you are now. Fenric's comment was sincere, with good humor in it, and Presepe couldn't help but smile slightly. Today too, the weather is beautiful. Yes, as it was when I went with the duke to the summer palace before. But this time it wasn't just a metaphor for the mood, the weather was really great. It was true that the air was a little chilly, but the warmth of the coat holding Fenric's breath was overwhelming, and in the distance the screeching of insects could be heard. As she looked up at the sky, Presepe slowly lowered her head. Then she turned to the tower of the imperial palace, which could no longer be seen but a small distance away. Yes, she came to the imperial palace with Fenric. Or rather, it would be more accurate to say that she passed by him only briefly. This time, I don't have any luggage. It is true that I missed the vase, but it has disappeared, and yet I feel light, as if I am going on a journey. Fenric seemed to be content with a smile, then asked her in a low voice, "So, what's the destination?" Okay, now she is able to go where she wants and do whatever she wants. They are no longer prisoners of a game. They are just ordinary people living in this world. It doesn't matter that the destination is specific. Fenric said, throwing his arm around Presepe. Time is in our hands, whatever we want of it. He had previously thought that one day Presepe would inevitably leave him. So he was always anxious, afraid, apprehensive, and hasty. But now, that is no longer possible. I would like the destination to be a warm place. A warm place? My last memory, before I became Presepe, when I was Juyeon, was in a cold winter, where snow accumulated frozen wherever the eye fell, and a cold that penetrated even the soul, engulfing the entire body. Perhaps it was not due to the weather alone. Maybe because my heart was so lonely, so heavy with sadness. But now, it won't happen again. It's true that I believe that even if another icy winter comes, I won't feel cold as long as I'm with Fenric, but I just want to enjoy a little more of this warmth. With the man who brought warmth back into my life. But, what if the Duke hates hot places? It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. Fenric answered in a tone of one who was surprised by the question. As long as you are by my side, any place will be beautiful. That's it. Even if he fell into a deep hell, he would be happy. That's what Fenric thought alone. I want it to be a warm place, with long days and short nights, where the sun stays for a long time, because I want to see the Duke's face under its light for a longer time. Why is that? Nothing, just because we don't have much of that in this world. Neither you nor I. It is true that she gained someone dear to her heart, but her memories in Ataloya were the most painful, filled with blood, fear, pain, and sadness. So she wanted to start over, in a new place. Now, no one can stop her. I want us to walk hand in hand, then rest under the shade of a tree and take a nap, in peace. What then? After that? What should I do? What can I do? Now, the existence of next is a given. Even for us. Perhaps he wanted to draw her attention to this, so Fenric reached out his hand and gently patted her head. He said in a calm voice, "There's so much we can do, but I want to hear your story." My story? I want to know who Juyeon really was. If she was lonely, how lonely did she feel? If she was sad, how overwhelmed was she with sadness? Why do you want to know this? It was something that was past and gone, a reality that could never be returned to. Why does he insist on hearing these stories? Fenric smiled and replied as if it were quite self-evident, because this way I can understand you more. And if I knew you more deeply, I would be able to give you what you desire, what you truly desire. A lot has changed, but Fenric's heart remains the same. It was not his intention to force Presepe to his side out of his feelings alone. He just wanted to give her what she wanted, what she desired. Whether it is love, security, simple pleasure, or comfort and peace. I remembered Juyeon in the real world. She was always alone, sunk in gloomy isolation. That burning desire to return to reality now seemed like a lie. There was no attachment left in her heart. Not even a tiny shred of nostalgia. She said in a low voice, it wasn't much different than it is now. However, Fenric would probably still want to hear about it. But is there anything worth telling him? She smiled a little embarrassed, then muttered, I was like the girl of Presepe locked in the tower, alone and sad. I always lived without parents, without family, without friends. This is how I lived my whole life. See, what will the Duke say? Would he say, really? That must have been hard for you, and console her with words of kindness? Would he hug her and say, now that's not the case, don't worry anymore? But his answer was completely different, I was too. Until I met a little girl. I was like this my whole life. Instead, she rested her head on Fenric's chest, listening to his rapid heartbeat. And I thought. Now there will no longer be a girl exhausted by loneliness and pain, nor a boy exhausted by torment. However, I don't see it as a bad thing. His low voice whispered in her ear, I promised myself that I would consider all that painful time as just a path that would lead me to meet you. Forever. Fenric smiled. Yes, like that then. If so, it's not bad at all. If only Juyeon's lonely and arduous life had such meaning in the end. If the end of reality and this world ends like this. Everything is good and beautiful. Close your eyes a little, Presepe. Fenric tightened his arms around her body and said, our journey is very long, and the longer it is, the more joyful and happy it will become. You must not get tired early. Then she slowly closed her eyes in his arms. As soon as the news of Presepe's disappearance reached the imperial palace, a large number of the battalion's knights and soldiers spread out everywhere. They began by combing the market they had visited last time, and the vacant lots in the capital, and then their search expanded to include every possible corner. But Presepe's trace was entirely mysterious. As if she left no trace behind her, and simply disappeared from existence. Where did you go? Why did you leave without a word? Overwhelmed with questions, Dietrich went to the West Tower late at night. It was natural for the tower to be empty of anyone. I hated you, and blamed you repeatedly, but now there is no longer any feeling in my heart, he only found a short letter she left behind. I hope you all enjoy happiness and joy. When this world came into being, perhaps someone's wish was nothing but that. Who was this message for? Who are these everyone's that Presepe meant? Am I one of them? Whatever he thought, Dietrich couldn't know. But deep down, he felt that it was the end of his relationship with Presepe. He issued orders to the knights and soldiers to stop searching for her. Then he remained in the tower for a long time, silently holding the letter. That was the end of the era. Neither Atari Hanan, who was preparing to attend the coronation ceremony, nor Noah Duverne, who was racking his brain thinking about how to get rid of the mummies, nor Ivan, who was busy with his research in the magic tower, nor even Siegfried, who received the sudden withdrawal order and conveyed it to the knights. None of them continued searching for Presepe after that. From that day on, the unfortunate lady of the tower disappeared from Ataluya. That deposed princess, expelled from the court, who was pursued by rumors that she carried the blood of monsters. That miserable woman who was not welcomed by anyone. No one ever witnessed it again.